There's a difference between value added and added value.
There are winners and there are losers to globalization every day.
What took us 50 years to accomplish, China's going to accomplish in 10.
Well, will China surpass Japan as the second largest economy? My next guest says that as the United States struggles with uncertain market conditions, China is set to become the next superpower, and global alliances with China and its businesses will be critical for the future survival of companies. John Caslione, he's the president and CEO of Andrew Ward International and author.
The Chinese, we have to be realistic about what they can and what they cannot do. The phenomenon that we're seeing now is that all companies, large, medium, and small, whether they come from industrialized nations or they come from emerging countries, can and are globalized. We have lost the ability, generally speaking, of how to build a total value proposition. We look at the product and the product only.
The stronger the advertising message is, the louder it is. It seems as though very oftentimes when we advertise, we shout at people, and that's not marketing, and that's not even good advertising.
There's at least one company, one supplier who doesn't have to discount because they build value, tremendous value in their product offering, in their brand, in their service, in what I call the total value proposition.
The first thing is we develop products and services that generate revenues. The second thing is we provide customer service. And then there are things called value-added contributions for the primary purpose of providing access.
So you can begin to differentiate. So you can begin to compete against deep discounting.
Right now, manufacturing, low-cost manufacturing, that is their strong suit. And it's in generalized manufacturing. If you're looking at customized manufacturing, specialty manufacturing, here in Europe and the United States, we still do it the best, including Japan as well. What the Chinese don't have are our long history of core competencies and marketing skills, brand building skills.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's something that we can do. So I see tremendous opportunity to leverage the strengths of both. And I'm working with companies right now that are doing that. I believe that the real opportunities in the next emerging trends will be for Western businesses, European businesses, and American businesses to then look to Chinese companies and go global with them.
He has great experiences in both marketing. He's also a great speaker and provided consultancy to 6 continents in the world, in the United States, Europe, and Canada.
Right now, China is the world's low-cost manufacturing capital.
And the customer in the marketplace, they are suffering as well. Today they feel good because they got a low price, but they sacrifice tomorrow.
The battle is going to be something called value chain versus value chain. And in the past, it took the large global multinationals to pull that value chain together. No more. Segmentation, if it's done at all, is done by marketing. Targeting, if it's done at all, is done by sales. And almost nobody's doing positioning, which positioning means what? Brand.
When you hear the word Sony, in a moment, when you see the logo Sony, all of that comes together instantly. So you can begin to differentiate. So you can begin to compete against deep discounting.
Price. They don't care about the total value proposition. They want to know one thing and one thing only. What's your price, what's your price, what's your price?
So you can get a fair and reasonable price. Because in the end, when you discount deeply, you make less money. You make less money, and that means that you cannot reinvest those monies into new technology, new innovation. Products don't differentiate, and if they do, because of the nature of business, if your competitive differentiation is based upon the product that you sell, very quickly the competition is going to copy that, and it becomes the same. That's called commoditization.
Widespread commoditization. Really think about it. The companies that you work for, could you actually say that it's so highly differentiated that it sells itself?
What Europe has accomplished in 200 years, what America has accomplished in 100 years, I believe China will accomplish in as little as 40 to 50 years.
We've had Moore's Law. We talk about computing power. China's compressing time. What took us 50 years to accomplish, China's going to accomplish in 10. They will pay more and be glad to do so because you become the best business decision that they can make to improve their company's bottom line. The real wisdom, the real talent is growing the top line, growing market share, creating new business. When your salespeople open up their sort of bag of differentiation, what do they have in it? What do they really have in it these days?
John, thank you very much for coming in. Good to hear your analysis. John Caslione with us this morning.